It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas and sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas and sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas and sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas and sunrise. It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas and sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas and sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas and sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas and sunrise. It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas and sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas and sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas and sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas and sunrise. It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas and sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas and sunrise. 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 Wake with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey. It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise.
Morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're up dead early on another fantastic, it's a marvelous Monday. Why does it feel like a Friday? It's July 3rd and we're so happy that you can join us. My name is Mark Daniels and we'll be flying solo this morning, just keeping Davriel and her family in our thoughts and prayers. We miss you and we look forward to seeing you back on the show. Before I get started, I got to wish a happy belated birthday to the mother of Anna T here on our set, our assistant producer, Vanentia Colebrook. Happy birthday. She celebrated her birthday on Saturday. Another lap around the sun. Enjoy being 21 forever. We love you and enjoy the rest of your week. So you see, I feel a little patriotic today. Hopefully you feel the same way. This weekend, if you didn't know it was our independence coming up, you must be living under a rock because things were happening everywhere. We had the float parade, we had concerts, we had stuff happening all over the island, and I hope that you participated. The float parade that happened, just congratulations to the organizers. I still feeling the vibe, right? I hope you are feeling the independence bug. We're 1 week away from our 50th independence, and I feel excited. I hope you all feel excited too. And I want to know what you're going to do to show that you are Bahamian. Like the first thing I'm going to suggest, go eat some soursop and some mango and some canap, some tamarind. Eat all of them because they are indigenous fruits, right? Some sea grape and cocoa plum. We go all day, right? But we love it, and we thank you for joining us today on the show on another marvelous Monday. As we begin, we just want to mention that we actually lost a nation builder and a national treasure on Friday. Historian and prolific writer Dr. Gail Saunders has passed away. She was instrumental in the formation of the Pompey Museum and the Department of Archives and served on many boards, including that of the National Art Gallery. Her history texts were used extensively in the school curriculum, and her work in the history and cultural arenas led her to being awarded an OBE by the Queen. We are grateful for her and her lifetime of exemplary public service. May she rest in peace. But we got a great show for you today. Children's book author Kelly Fowler is here to talk about her new books. And we also got a report from the FOCOL Holdings AGM held last week. Natasha Brown is here to talk about National Wellness Day, and we'll hear more about that financial literacy summer camp. All this and more, but let's find out if it's going to be dead hot, dead wet, or dead dry, or dead humid. What's happening this week, Brother Burnside?
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by NUA, the hands-on agency.
Thank you, Mark, and good morning, Bahamas. Yes, Mark, will be dead hot this week. In your first look at weather at sunrise, we do have mid to upper level troughing across the islands. It's going to move towards the east, exit the area by tonight. Weak high pressure ridge across the islands will continue to give us those hot temperatures, humid conditions, and light winds. So today, we're looking at partly sunny, very warm and humid, and you can expect some afternoon showers and thunderstorm popping up. Some of those showers heavy at times, so thunderstorm may be strong to severe at times. Your high temperature 91, heat index 104. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, still on a few nighttime showers or thunderstorm popping up. Your low going down to 76 degrees Fahrenheit. And some region highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados, 88 and 78. In Jamaica, 90 and 80. In Trinidad, 1976. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 90 and 76. Across North America, Atlanta, 89 and 72. In Boston, 79 and 69. In Miami, 91 and 80. Dallas, Texas, 93 and 77. And Toronto, Canada, 79 and 66. As you go through the week, high pressure becomes the dominant of the future across the islands. So we're looking at partly sunny skies, still hot and humid. but you can't expect those afternoon showers and thunderstorms popping up. The temperature daytime will be in the upper 80s to lower 90s at daytime and the upper 70s at nighttime. That will drop your first look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Mark.
Welcome back. She's on a mission to bring storytime joy to families everywhere throughout authentically Bahamian children's books. This book is, she's the children's book author, Kelly Delancy-Fowler, and she's here this morning to talk about all of her wonderful publications. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. You know, I hope I didn't chop up the intro just now.
It's okay.
It's okay, right? I'm not a writer.
Okay.
I just read the script. But we're so happy to have you here this morning. Thanks for being up there early. So children's books, like this is, I have 4 children, just as a disclaimer. So books are very important to me and my family. My 1-year-old daughter, she's one of my twins. She already likes to sit down and look at books. And hopefully that's a great sign that what's going to be in the future.
Yeah.
But how did you and your husband start writing books?
We started writing these books in 2020 for our first son, Clay. He really took a liking to books very early. So every night we would read to him before putting him to bed. And around 8 months, he started to become very animated when we would hold up the books and we started to give him a choice. What do you want to read tonight? And before he could talk, he would like point and he would reach and get really excited. And he always pointed toward these particular type of books with eye holes in them. So we would sit him in one of our laps and the other, my husband would read or I would read. And then he would just giggle and laugh and squeal and all that stuff. And it was such a joy to watch. So we decided we really need more books like this.
That's awesome.
And so we decided to create our own for him.
That's awesome. That's such a great story. And, you know, the fact that it came from the need from your own son, and he actually was giving you guys a clue, like, hey, y'all need to do this. That's good. I hope y'all write some checks in his name for the future. So how many books have you written?
For our family, we have 3 so far. So the first one was Sleepyheads.
Sleepyheads.
Yeah, and this is the most popular one. So this is the one written for babies. And it really includes our native Bahamian animals in it. So you'll see their faces, and you open the book and hold it up to your face and look through it at the baby and play with them. The second one was Auntie Love. Auntie Love is based on his relationship with my sister. They're a very cute relationship, cooking together, going for walks, all that stuff. And then the third one is called My Friend Uncle, and it's based on his relationship with my brother, whom he looks up to so much.
I feel like I want to cry. I feel like these stories, they mean so much, and they hit home because everybody has that cool auntie, you know, and that uncle, right, that you reach out to. So what types of themes do you address? We talked about, you know, the auntie and the uncle and the animals, but inside the book, what is it that you're exploring with your writing? So
the first one, we're looking at our Bahamian natural environment, and they're all going to bed in their respective habitats. So it helps to settle them down, get ready for bed. You know, you're starting to get sleepy. You see all the animals going to bed, and then the last page is like you're going to bed, and the moon is telling you good night. Yeah, and so in these books, they're chronicling their adventures throughout the day, and their relationship and the family theme is throughout.
So you mentioned that the book with the sleepy time animals, that's for babies. But what are the age brackets for your other books? Or just tell us all, you know, what age group would enjoy them? Okay, so we put 8 months plus on this one because that's when Clay really started to take a liking to those books. These ones are probably for like a 1-year-old maybe, 1 or 2. Yeah, so between 8 months to 2 or 3. And adults, right? Because, you know, we can read. I find myself reading my children's books. Right? And watching their shows and eating their snacks. But anyway, that's a whole other discussion. How did you assist on Errol Duke Strawn's book? Tell us about that. Okay, so this book is a book that I helped Mr. Strawn write. He really was interested in telling his story, but he doesn't think of himself as a writer. He needed some assistance. He needed someone to help listen to him and put it on paper for him. So I was one of those people who sat down with him and interviewed him and helped him to put his story into pages for him. And tell us, who is Errol Duke Strong, for those of us who don't know?
Errol Duke Strawn, or Duke Errol Strawn, as many people know him, he is a legendary Bahamian entertainer. He's 90 years old right now. He is the founder of the Bahamas National Youth Orchestra. He was the singer and lead member of Duke Errol and the Lords, which was a popular band back in the day in the 50s and 60s. He is just known throughout as a music teacher, the director of the orchestra, very well-known man, storied life, and so it's all chronicled here for him.
That sounds like that book is packed with lots of history
Yes.
And information that many of us probably don't know, and you should pick that one up, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Before I get into where we can find your books, is writing something that you're passionate about?
It's something that I have become passionate about over the years, especially since having children now. And I saw the impact that just reading simply before bed had on him. I believe that he developed a love for reading because of that, and because we were so animated and playful when we read. So I'm now very interested in creating more books for kids to enjoy and to develop that love for reading through.
That's fantastic. When you having children, you read all the articles, all the things you should do,
Yes.
And one of the things I read, and my father-in-law and my parents told me, is like, start reading to your children as young as possible. They may not be understanding what you're saying, but they're hearing the words, and it's beginning to make those connections, and they'll enjoy reading. How can I find these wonderful books and purchase one for myself?
You can find all of these books in Logos Bookstore. You can find Sleepyheads and Auntie Love in my wish list in Cable Beach. Sleepyheads is also at the National Art Gallery, the current Art Gallery at Bahamas. It's in Abaco at Ebtide Gift Shop in Hopetown. It's in Eleuthera at Office General and Island Made. Bahama Art and Handicraft also. Different places, but you can check us out on Facebook to find out everywhere they're at.
Definitely accessible,
Yes.
and everybody who's watching the show needs to go and buy at least one. Start out with Sleepyheads and then work your way up. What's
Yes.
next for you? What do you have in the pipeline?
Well, ever since doing these projects, people have been reaching out to me for assistance with their book projects. So right now I am assisting others with making their publication dreams a reality. So as an editor, in some cases as a ghostwriter, or just someone to offer some assistance or guidance on how to go about it.
If you were to offer somebody, one of our viewers who's sitting at home saying, man, I wish I could write a book, or I feel like I want to write a children's book or a Bahamian book, whatever it is, what advice would you give to them now that you've been through the process and you actively consult with other writers? What advice would you give?
I would probably tell them to go for it and don't give up. It can get a bit frustrating at times, depending on the type of book you're trying to write. For example, this book with the eye holes, I did not expect a book so simple to become so complicated, and it was so complicated and became so frustrating, but I'm so glad that I did not give up and I persevered. So that's the biggest advice I would give them. Just don't give up, because you can do it.
I love it. Don't give up, Sleepyheads,
Yes.
right? But I like that book, and those are fun. And for all the parents out there who enjoy reading, you should enjoy it more than your children, and they can feel that. They can feel it when you read. I would read to my sons before bed, so we need to add these to the collections. So
Yes.
I'd like to thank you for joining us this morning, talking about these wonderful books that you've made, that you've written and you've assisted with, and we look forward to seeing more come out, right? Maybe some books for some preteens and teenagers navigating the Bahamian world, right?
Sure, we'll see. As those kids get older, they might inspire something else.
Exactly, right along with them as they grow.
Yes.
Well, thank you for joining us this morning. Kelly Delancy-Fowler,
Thank you
author
so
of these
much.
wonderful books.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. You're watching Mamas at Sunrise, and we'll be right back.
Hey, Mom, can you look after Kaylee?
Sorry, I'll be out for a while dealing with my home and car insurance.
What? You know there's a newer way, right?
A new way.
Where have you been? Look, go to newerinsurance.com, log in, get your quote, buy your insurance, done. You can even use it to manage your claim.
Oh?
By the way, it's not newer. It's NUA.
Where's she been?
Do it anyway with NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers.
The islands of the Bahamas. Fly away.
You watch them grow and make plans for them even before they're old enough to talk. You spend a lifetime of sacrifice to pave the way for their success and create a tomorrow you too can be proud of. Can you tell who is the investor? At Leno, we believe everyone who has ever put a penny aside for a future dream is an investor. If you're new to investing, Leno's financial experts stand ready to design plans based on your goals. Let's sit down and explore the options one-on-one and see how, together, we can make your dreams come true. Whether considering traditional investments like a new home, car, your own business, security in retirement, or your child's college fund, we take the confusion out of the process and make an investor out of you. Call 396-3225 for an appointment. Leno, your bridge to the future.
So the push-to-talk device is a beautiful device. It operates on our world-class cellular network. You can take pictures, you can take videos, you can put your persons in different groups. If they want the engineering team to have a different communication than the finance team or the security team, you can do that with the push-to-talk device. And that's not something that you can actually do with a regular communications radio device. We have several different types of devices. There's the 380, the 580 Plus, and then there's the 590 Plus, which is the top of the line device.
Welcome back. At its annual general meeting, FOCOL Holdings Limited characterized its 2022 fiscal year as a period marked by both continuity and change. Here's Annalise Thompson with that story.
FOCOL Holdings Limited successfully convened its annual general meeting, embracing the invigorating theme of powering sustainable growth. The gathering served as a testament to the company's unwavering commitment to fortify its position and extend its reach nationwide.
COVID-19 did put our business to the test. However, I am pleased to report that we not only passed it with flying colors, but we are now stronger than ever before. In our wholesale division, we are continuing to solidify and expand our infrastructure across the country. This allows us to be resilient, efficient, and competitive. This segment remains strong, a strong cornerstone of our business, and it is key to powering sustainable growth. In our marine division, we are continuing to expand our fleet of vessels. Last year, we acquired a tanker named the MT Motor Tanker Trust. By October of this year, we are scheduled to welcome our newest vessel to the fleet. This vessel is specially designed to efficiently navigate the shallow waters of the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos. As the islands of the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos develop, remaining as the leader in marine transportation is key to powering sustainable growth. In our energy division, our newest division in the company, we are growing on multiple fronts. Firstly, a 5 megawatt solar plant in Grand Bahama was recently announced. This project is supported by a 25-year power purchase agreement between our Bahamas Solar and Renewables Company with the Grand Bahama Power Company. This solar plant can supply electricity to over 4,000 homes during the day. please allow me to commend the work of a young man in our group named Joshua Williams. Joshua. Mr. Williams is from Grand Bahama and was instrumental in making this project a reality. This renewable energy plant will be operated and maintained by the engineering and technical staff across the FOCOL group. Today, we have over 20 brilliant minds enrolled in solar energy technology training to support this and future projects. If any of those individuals in the room, please stand. Any of those individuals in the room, please stand. There are new renewable energy opportunities emerging daily across the Bahamas. With government's mandate for 30% renewable energy by 2030, FOCOL is well positioned to make a significant contribution to this segment of the industry. Secondly, today, we are generating 40 megawatts of power into the grid in New Providence. And as soon as this weekend, we will be flipping the switch on another 25 megawatts of generation into the grid, bringing our total to 65 megawatts on the island of Providence. This, no doubt, will assist BPL in meeting the peak summer demands for electricity. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to say that the energy division of FOCOL is powering sustainable growth.
Amidst the challenges posed by the pandemic, FOCOL has defied the odds, showcasing an exceptional financial performance that sets it apart from the rest.
The good news is that the year ended September 30th, 2022, showed that the company had survived the worst of the pandemic and related matters. The results were very positive. We were able to continue our record of meeting quarterly dividends every quarter. The only company listed on BISX for any length of time close to FOCOL, which has paid a dividend every quarter. It's a unique distinction. We are determined to continue to justify the confidence of the capital markets in the company by seeking to continue that record of continuity.
FOCOL is undergoing extensive renovations to elevate customer experience.
Yeah, today we spoke briefly just on some of the things we're tackling in our retail network. So we anticipate a lot of renovations and upgrades, the beautification of our site, and the rollout of new technology that we'll be announcing in more detail in the coming weeks. And so that we're extremely excited about.
Despite enduring a multitude of challenges leading up to and during the end of fiscal 2022, the company steadfastly maintains its alignment with the prevailing economic landscape.
We have, of course, issued the first quarter results to the end of December. We issued the second quarter results to the end of March. Both of those results show forward movement, show that the company is moving in line with the general economy and expectations, show that we have managed to overcome the struggles of the Ukraine war. Shortly we'll be issuing the results to June 30th. And I don't want to preempt anything, but I think directors would be pleasantly surprised or would be pleased with the results that we'll report to the end of June. So while the CEO spoke about FOCOL being stronger than ever, he was referencing, I think, not just the results at the end of fiscal 2022, but what he knows has happened since. So we're very optimistic about the future.
FOCOL is embarking on an exciting transition towards power generation fueled by its unwavering commitment to sustaining growth for people.
Energy, the petroleum industry is the basis of the energy industry. Electricity is oftentimes generated from fossil fuels. And so it was a natural transition for FOCOL to transition into what we call the conventional energy generation through thermal generators. And I announced today that as of this weekend, we would be up to 65 megawatts of thermal generation on the island of New Providence. But equally as important is we have launched a 5 megawatt solar plant in Grand Bahama. This is a new division for us through our company called Bahamas Solar and Renewables. That company is poised to take on additional solar projects across the Bahamas. We have over 20 staff members, engineers, and technicians being trained to design, build, and operate solar facilities. Our view and our strategy is to evolve as our customers evolve, whatever their energy needs are, whether it's renewable, thermal generation, whether it's EV charging at service stations, or just goods and services through our retail network. Our strategy is to evolve with the evolving needs of our customers, and those are some of the initiatives we're doing to do just that. So we are extraordinarily confident about the group's performance going forward. As I mentioned, we are rebounding from the pandemic stronger than ever. The demand for our products and services are phenomenal across all sectors. And whether that's in retail and wholesale, power generation is a relatively new sector, and that's proven to be quite a viable one for us.
For Bahamas at Sunrise, this is Annalise Thompson.
I used to think of the bank as my personal ATM machine. If I wanted a new car, new furniture, a weekend trip to Miami, no problem, just max out the credit card or top up my loan. I was a big baller until I realized that 75% of my salary was going to pay back all those loans. Fidelity's personal financial coaching was the best solution. Fidelity gave me a plan with a debt consolidation loan that has a built-in savings that pays 5% interest. I now only have one low monthly payment plus money in my pocket. Give Fidelity Bank a call at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit any of Fidelity's locations or visit a website at fidelitygroup.com.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
One thing, two things, blue thing, old things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right in the palm of your hand. FOCOL Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at FOCOL Nursery.
FOCOL Holdings Limited is proud of its consistent growth and the financial success it continues to bring to many Bahamians who invest in the company. FOCOL is committed to ensuring optimal financial performance for its shareholders. FOCOL's leadership remains focused on superior customer service, operational excellence across all sectors. FOCOL, fueling growth for people.
Good morning and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're up dead early on a marvelous Monday. It's Independence Week. We're about 7 days out, and thank you for sticking with us. My name is Mark Daniels. We had an exciting first half of the show. If you could tell, I'm still feeling patriotic, right? Before we go on, I want to say congratulations to the new Miss Bahamas Universe, Miss Long Island Melissa Ingram. Congratulations. If you were watching our show on Friday, you would have seen we had the Miss Bahamas Universe contestants here. All of the beautiful ladies, all important platforms that they had, each one of them important in their own right. Congratulations to you all for making it that far. But congratulations to the overall winner, Miss Melissa Ingram, Miss Long Island. Long Island, you got the crown, and you're going to take it to the world. Congratulations again. And her platform was dealing with the climate and the environment, which is a very important and pertinent topic here in the Bahamas. So congratulations again, Miss Long Island. So it's Independence Week. You see, I can't stop waving these flags. And to our American viewers, those who are here and abroad all over the world, I know your Independence Day is coming up tomorrow, so we're looking forward to all of the fanfare that's going to be happening, the fireworks, the flybys. We celebrate with you because, you know, y'all is our neighbors. Y'all like, you know, big brother, big sister, you know, that type of energy. So congratulations again to Miss Bahamas Universe and to all of our American viewers out there. Get ready and enjoy your holiday tomorrow for Independence Day. We've got great stuff coming up in our second half. Fitness instructor Natasha Brown is here to talk to us about National Fitness Day. Very important because we can be eating plenty starch over this next week. We can be eating plenty macaroni and rice and potato salad and coleslaw, so we make sure to stay in shape. We're also going to take another look at our segment with the Financial Literacy Summer Camp. All that and more. But let's find out what's happening this week in weather with Brother Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by NUA, the hands-on agency.
Thank you, Mark, and good morning, Bahamas. And yes, I can look at weather at sunrise. I look at the tropics. The tropics this morning is quiet, and the tropical cyclone formation expected during the next 7 days. On local scene, mid-upper level troughing continues across the islands, is moving towards the east, should move over the islands by tonight. High pressure, weak one, will cover the islands, and that's going to bring us hot, humid conditions and also some light winds. So today in the marine forecast, those winds, light and variable, seas 1 to 3 feet in northwest Bahamas, east to southeast at 15 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet, or the central and southeastern islands. On Tuesday, those winds east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet, or the northwest Bahamas, 15 knots, sea 3 to 5 feet, or the central and southeastern islands. Then on Wednesday, those winds continue east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet, northwest Bahamas, 15 to 20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet, or the central and southeastern islands. Your tides. You can expect a low tide at 8:25 this morning. Next high tide will be at 2:42 this afternoon. Low gain tonight at 8:53. Sunset 8:03 this evening. Rising one 6:24. UV index 9. Your water temperature 84 degrees Fahrenheit. And the moon phase, full moon. Your external look. High pressure will be the dominant feature across the islands for the next several days. So we're looking at partly sunny, hot and humid. And yes, the chance of some afternoon showers and thunderstorms popping up. The temperature daytime will be in the upper 80s to lower 90s at daytime. At nighttime, in the upper 70s. That puts a wrap on your follow look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Godfrey. July 5th is National Wellness Day, and it's a time to focus on taking care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. Here to talk with us about this is fitness expert Natasha Brown. Good morning and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Oh, good morning, and it's such a pleasure to be here again.
Yes.
And you said it, National Wellness Day. And the focus here is wellness. Wellness has to be intentional. It has to be ongoing. And it has to always be something that's on the table. There are 3 areas, main focus. Because of the holistic approach and the holistic mindset that I would like to drive home. Body, mind, and soul. You know, when God created us, He created us in 3 parts. And I think the journey for a lot of us is a struggle because we only have been making that physical connection. You cannot not show up without mental toughness in a hard physical workout. And that's where a lot of persons fall down, or they always say that, man, I struggled through that workout, or I struggled through a doctor's report, because you know why? You are trying to rely on your own strength, which you don't have. So mentally, that's a well-rounded phenomenon that you have to know that if I am going to get results that I want, that's going to also be long-term, the mindset has to play the number 1 role.
Because it's all connected, right?
It is.
And you know, you have days where physically you might be feeling down, but you can do some deep meditation, you can read something, you can have a conversation, and that could lift you and lift your whole mood. Or vice versa, you just mentally you're feeling drained, and a good run, a good sweat will lift you up.
Yeah.
And so it's all connected, and that's very much a part of of wellness. So
Yes.
for National Wellness Day, as a country, what are we looking at and how are we celebrating it?
Well, the thing, we want to know that after National Wellness Day, what happens? Where you go? Are you continuing this wellness journey, or you get off the bandwagon? This needs to be something that has been happening that day. Then everybody is a part of it. Everybody is happy. Everybody is feeling good. And guess what? We have all connected to that higher being, and understanding that if I can do this consistently until God calls me home, then I should live the life God initially designed for me.
People always say health is wealth, right? Why should we be focusing on wellness, I guess, as a country, as an individual, as a family? Why is that important?
Well, you know, all citizens want to be strong. We want to minimize a lot of the negative reports that come with taking medication. We want to eventually get off of that. And those who are not on medication, don't try to go there. Yeah. You know, as a country, we gotta look out for our brother and sister. We have to make sure that you are not eating certain foods because of what the end result is going to be. So we got to be able to pull even the weakest, because we are only, a country is only as strong as the weakest person. So we got to pull it together.
So speaking about that, speaking of togetherness and identifying weaknesses, what do you think are some of the obstacles to wellness?
I just think that a lot of us are lazy, we are irresponsible, and we do not own it. We need to own it. We need to know that if we don't get up, we fall down. You got to find a way to pick up or reach out to some persons who are stronger than you are and say, I need some help. A lot of us don't, we become prideful. We don't want a lot of persons to know. And I'll tell you this, one of the biggest things that I would have experienced, that a lot of persons want to share, they need the help, but they've been hurt. They may have shared some personal information and then that got out. And so a lot of persons are not so as open to want to disclose some of their most vulnerable moments because of what they would have experienced with some other persons. And so somehow we got to be able to go back to loving each other and looking out, because we all need each other to make this thing work.
And what you've identified there again is the connection between the mental, emotional, and the physical. If one is off, the others are going to try to correct it, but they need to be in sync and it is balanced as best as possible for you to be well.
Yes.
What are some easy steps that people who maybe enjoy a little too much couch time, they rather hit the snooze button and sleep in until 9, 10 o'clock on the weekend, what are some easy tips to try to break out of that sedentary lifestyle?
I always say, if you've got a few extra dollars, invest in yourself, hire a trainer, or if you find somebody that is a little bit stronger than you are that you trust, go along with them until you're able to stand on your own. I mean, we take care of ourselves. Sometimes we really think our wellness is really about fixing our hair, getting our feet done, and wearing nice clothing, driving, that. And that's all good, because after you've been in that battle all day, when you return home, you want to come home to some peace. But invest in yourself. Go out and find a personal trainer, find a gym environment that you would like, until you are able to stand on your own and do it by yourself.
That's great advice. I personally can admit how much money I've kind of wasted on a gym membership that I never ended up using, but that personal interaction with a trainer, a friend, someone that's going to hold you accountable, to me that holds a lot of weight, because you find either a trainer that you're paying to hold you accountable, or a friend or a loved one that's going to hold you accountable, and then that gives you just a little bit more motivation, right?
And one last thing I would like to add also for that, the mind and the spiritual connecting, because prayer, one of the things that I mentioned at the earlier part of the year is that a lot of us are not successful because we don't make that connection at the end of the year. Like when we came into 2023, we should have already had a plan in place. We should have already prayed, like had a personal moment. And a lot of us need to go into some houses, go into persons that are stronger than us in terms of prayer, so that we can pray about some things, leave it there, and know that God is going to work it out for us.
I started to feel this wellness already. It's just coming across the room here. I can feel the vibe. I can feel the energy. You just lift the whole energy of this room. Now, we have some shout outs for National Wellness Day. Tell us about that.
I loved it. I wanted to know, and I wanted to reach those persons that I know they're vibrant. They're doing well in different parts of the community, because wellness is just not the physical. Wellness is everything. The way we have to go to the dentist, oral health is good. You got to go into the pharmacy, you got to get different things. I've got some friends down in Moores Island. I've got another client down in Cocoa Key. All of us, believe it or not, can go back into the community and make a difference, and make sure that everybody is doing something that can bring their wellness to a reality.
I enjoyed the segment so much. We're talking about wellness, the connection between mind, body, spirit, emotions, but then that all boils down to human connection as well, and feeling comfortable, reaching out to people, extending a hand. It isn't just about, like you said, dressing up your hair and your nails and going for a jog and one. It's the complete 360, the in and out, right?
That's right. And just to add this, I just shared with my group this morning, listen, you guys are always looking to come out here for me. You need to know that I need y'all too. Y'all have given me a reason for 20 years now to get up every day and not give up on Natasha. So it's very important for me and for them to understand I need y'all too to make this work for me.
This sounds like this is the motto for our 50th independence. I need y'all so it could work for me, right?
That's right.
So we all work together.
We have to do that.
And so we appreciate you so much being here this morning. We have a video that we're going to show that has to do with National Wellness Day.
Yes.
Thank you again for being up with us dead early in Bahamas at sunrise. We're going to cut to that tape. Thank you so much.
Thank you again for having me.
Yeah, thank you for bringing the energy. Enjoy this clip about National Wellness Day.
Remember, the secret of our health lies in our daily routine. And so for wellness, it has to be intentional, ongoing, and guess what? you must take an holistic approach. If not, you're not going to get the results you want. When God created man, he created us in 3 parts: mind, body, and soul. Until next time, I am downtown Natasha Brown. Happy National Wellness Day.
Hi, I am Dr. Kay Bain at the Apex Dental Center. Always remember that your oral health is part of your wellness. So I'm wishing Bahamas happy National Wellness Day.
Hi, Dr. Danny Johnson here from the Bahamas Podiatric Medical Association, wishing you a happy National Wellness Day. Stay fit.
Hi, I'm Pastor James Neary, the Senior Pastor of Calvary Deliverance Church. Happy National Wellness Day.
Hello, Bahamas. I'm Dr. Sandra McDonald with the National Health Insurance Authority. Happy Wellness Day. Let's stay strong, let's stay healthy, and let's keep it moving.
Hi, my name is Miriam Stapleton, a manager here at the Prescription Parlor Pharmacy, and we would like to wish you a Happy National Wellness Day.
Happy National Wellness Day.
What do you want from a cloud solution? You want flexibility and edge? You want to modernize applications with the ability to deliver new ones with lightning speed. You want an infrastructure that's automated, secure, cost-effective, and scalable. You want to give the end user the freedom they want with the control you need. You can't get all that from just any cloud. You need something better. You need Bahamas Cloud. Contact the experts today at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Hi, I'm Ria Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money. Local international banks that has actually been closing some of their branches. It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within our community, even having to see how it is that we can work together or even the opportunities that may exist for many Bahamians. So I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the great conversations that's to come.
Thank you, Godfrey. Camp Millionaire Mindset is back, and this is the 3rd annual Financial Literacy Summer Camp brought to you by the Financial Academy and Druba Solutions. Here to tell us more, Lakeisha Rolle. She's the founder of the Financial Academy, and she's a camp coordinator, and also Nathaniel Butler. He's the founder of Druba Solutions. Good morning, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, this is an exciting segment. I said before the camera came on, I wish I could come to this camp because when I look at the breakdown, I mean, this is something that everyday people need in all aspects of their life. And it's so great that you've been doing this. This is the 3rd year now, and that our youth get to benefit. So, Lakeisha, what is the Financial Literacy Summer Camp all about?
The summer camp is actually all about preparing our youth with how to manage their money responsibly, beginning at an early age. Students interact with money very early on. They go to school, they catch the bus, they buy grocery, they buy lunch. And so the camp kind of spins off of what it is that they did in school. Did I handle my money right? And we really get you thinking about things for your future. So it's really a preparation camp. And like you said, Camp Millionaire Mindset, why not?
Hey, I got the millionaire mindset on now, right? Maybe because it's early in the morning. Nathaniel, so who is this geared towards? What age and, let's say, skill level?
Great question. So we're normally looking at persons between the ages of 10 to 14, but we could go as low as 8 and we could go as high as 16. And it's really for everyone, especially junior high and those who are inside the senior high schools.
So you said as high as 40, right? So yeah, and I guess, is it for persons who are trying to be, they're trying to go into the financial industry, they want to be a banker? No. Is it a start for that, or this is just for any day kind of person?
Listen to me. it's for the everyday individual, everyday teen or preteen in some cases. You get what I'm saying? Regardless of what the career is, they will begin to learn how money works here in this society.
And it's a good lesson to learn while young. I remember some of my classmates in primary school, they were the ones who might have sell a little candy out of their backpack, or they selling a little peanut butter, and the chocolate or whatever. And when you see them now, some of them are very successful entrepreneurs who had those principles founded in them from them. Now, if they got caught, they might get in trouble, but they was hustling, and I love that. So what are some of the topics that are going to be discussed during the summer camp?
We always start off with money mindset and saving. That's very important. Key principles of financial literacy. Once you understand the value of money, the way you interact with money, now you're able to understand why it's important to save it or put some aside. Some students think that they will always have money. You know, they have their parents giving them stuff every day, but as long as they get it, they don't appreciate it. So we like to start off at that foundation level, and we transition on to budgeting. Believe it or not, all of our students know how to create a small budget before they leave that camp. And along with that, we start to talk about the difference between debit and credit. They hear about swiping the card, but they don't know what consequences they have to face after they've done that. And so we talk about borrowing, we talk about investing, we also talk about entrepreneurship. You mentioned it earlier. And before last year in our first summer camp, we had a very great entrepreneurship segment where students were encouraged to start their own businesses, write a mini business plan, and come back to us and pitch it the next day, and we gave out a prize for the winner. So these are the things that we are instilling in our children at a very early age.
Very, very, I just love this. I think I might want to sign my children up for this, because they starting to recognize money now. I come home with, to empty out my pocket, and I throw the dollars on the counter. By the time I turn out, they're gone, and they tuck away in something. So I encourage that. But when it came to the age group you were looking at, as young as, you said, 6, 10, around there. Why so young?
So the reason for that is that most of us adults have never been trained on how to utilize money, how to get ahead in life in regards to how our habits infect or impact money. So the reason why we wanted to reach them is the fact that most adults who we talk to on a daily basis, you find that they have an appreciation for the information, but no change. You talk to the kids or the preteens and the teens, they go home, share with their parents, and now there's some level of accountability inside the household. I can't tell you how many sessions or topics, as mentioned by Lakeisha, that they will go home and then there's action by the entire family.
And that's good. You train up a child in the way they should go, and I can't remember the rest.
When he is old, he will not depart.
There you go. Bend the tree while it's young. All those things, right? And it impacts the house, and I love that.
Right.
What has been your response to the camp in previous years? How have people reacted to this?
Oh, we've had a wonderful response. We started this camp during COVID-19. And so it was a virtual camp. We had about 30 students on, and everybody's lives were changed. Like Nathaniel said, it went as deep as the household to the parents. And they were able to say, oh, this is what my mother told me, or this is what we discussed last night. Because when we talk about budgeting, we encourage them to sit down and at least create one family budget to see what they take away. Now, we don't ask them for the personal information, but we just want to get an idea of how the discussion went with their parents, what types of bills they were introduced to. Because children, they think bills don't exist.
There's no consciousness of what BPL costs. There's no consciousness of what water and sewage costs, or what my school fee costs.
Right.
They just know the light on, food in the fridge.
I have Wi-Fi, I have AC,
You're dropping me to school. So, I know, teaching an adult versus teaching children is different in terms of the strategy. How do you approach teaching young people the value of money and financial literacy? What are some of these techniques?
So trust me, it's very highly engaged. We try for the visual learners, we have a number of props. For the audio learners, for the kinetic learners, there's a lot of actions or scripts or role play. So there's a number, it's just not us sitting down and just sharing and people just taking and writing notes. No. They really interact with one another, their family, and more importantly, us as we share the material.
And so over the years, and just in your own personal and professional lives, what do you think is the #1 lesson that we as a people need to learn when it comes to financial
investment?
Investment? Oh, you say that quick. You're ready.
Investment and then debt management.
Right
after
that. Was mine,
yeah. So tell me about investment and quickly about debt management. Go.
So investment for me, and we see it inside the camp. When we get on that topic, a lot of the children go home and they're like, okay, let's look at this particular BizX traded company. Let's get some shares here. Or even shares outside of the country. Let's look at these companies over here, Mom. And they may have the basic, not in depth, but just the basic knowledge of what to look for in picking stocks or picking mutual funds in that sense.
And what about debt management? What's the number one thing we need to learn when it regards to that?
The reality is we all need money. We need it to live. It's how we manage it, how responsible we are. If we mismanage our funds, we may have to pull from here, pull from there, borrow. And borrowing is something that we have to be careful of. If you're not sure of how to borrow responsibly, then you can spend really the rest of your life trying to clean up holes that you put yourself in at an early age. So this is why financial education is so important, not only for adults, but also for children.
Amen. And I say 100%, this is a great idea. I'm so happy you're doing it again this year. Tell us about the date, the venue, and anything else that our viewers need to know to have their children attend.
Yeah, so in addition to partnering with Truba Solutions, we've also partnered with Bethel Church again on Madeira Street, and we are happy to host our camp there at the facility. The dates are July 17th through 20th, and so we'll be right there from 10 to 1.
10 to 1. And is there a registration fee?
Yes, the registration fee is only $100.
There you go.
That's it. That's a small investment for a large benefit.
I was going to say, that's the word. It's an investment in your child's future and in your future, because from what I hear, you can come back and you can have a little money genius running around the house, holding you accountable, and I love that. Keep them enthusiastic, and they'll keep us all accountable. But we want to thank you again for coming on the show this morning. This summer financial literacy summer camp. You've been doing it again. This is the third year, and we're so happy that you came to talk with us about it. Truba Solutions, you look like you want to say something.
No.
Okay, yeah. Thank you again for being on. Nathaniel, Butler, and Lakeisha, Rolle. We're talking about financial literacy. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
You're up to 40. I can see you all there. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back. Good morning and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We have had a great show with you today. It is a marvelous Monday, but it feels like a fantastic Friday because our energy is high. We're ready for our 50th independence. I could smell the crab and rice in the air. I could smell the conch fritters on the breeze. I could hear the junkanoo. I could feel it rattling in my chest. So this week, as we wind up to the climax of our 50th independence celebrations, think about what it really means to be a Bahamian and what is it that you love about this country. Is it that you love the people? Is it that you love the way that we still say good morning, right? The way that we still hold the door open for our elders, right? Is it the way that, sometimes food tastes better on the family island than in New Providence because they cook it with love, right? Is it that you just love the look of the sunrise in the morning? You love the smell of the salt in the air when you're near the beach? Whatever it is that makes you love this country, you celebrate that this week because as a Bahamian, this is our country and we got to take care of it and take it into the next 50 years because, without us, then who can do it, right? So think about what it is that makes you Bahamian this week. Drop it on our Facebook page, on our YouTube page. If you see us in the road, let us know that you're up dead early with us for the best live morning show on television. Thank you again for joining us for Bahamas at Sunrise. Enjoy your week, and we'll see you on fantastic Friday. Thanks for joining us.